We have a guest here today. It is my cat Tolkien, and I cannot show you I cannot show him to you, otherwise he will probably just leave, and I cannot move the camera because then the tripod will get all wonky. The reason for today's video is not just because I need to get back into the habit of doing videos every week, but this is sort of important. It's important for writing life, but also for daily life as well. So this is going to be one of my this is going to be my Coco. Well, this is going to be one of my Coco with the Crow episodes. I just have no Coco. My lap is full of cat. So, yeah. This is Cat the Crow Winged Author here at the Magic Library with a lap full of cat, and here I am going to tell you about taking things in stride, whether it be writing or your life in general. Okay, now before we get started and everything, I do need to tell you guys that first of all, my books are out on Amazon. If you've listened to some of my stuff before, or watched it, or you're new to the podcast that I'm doing and everything, then you know that I love plugging my books. I love plugging Seraphim, and I love plugging Arborea Lux. And what I tell people about it is that it's basically paranormal dark fantasy, and that it's, while I'm still growing in the genre, it still has many of the elements. And I write a lot about vampires and wolf shifters. I write about magic and mythology. I write it as immersive as I can be by adding our bits and pieces of our own natural history in it. Whether that be something sinister like Jack the Ripper and the Salem witch trials, two completely separate events separated by hundreds of years, or the class system that overtook the Victorian England society. I like to add a little bit of history to make it the world seem real, but at the same time I also like to add little mystical elements. Like, for example, there is a specific gene that makes everybody vampires. There is a specific gene that gives the highest in the society, the Morgenstern family, its prolonged longevity, which I think is redundant. But either way and everything, these are very interesting reads, and they're my book babies. So if you guys are interested in a little bit of dark fantasy along with world history and mythology and everything, then I definitely recommend these books to you. You can go down to the description below and find them both on Amazon. I did not do Seraphim Awakening through Ingram Spark. Ingram Spark is getting a little bit more difficult to use, but that's just how things are at this point. But shameless plug aside, onto the video. So I found out some very interesting things this past weekend. On Friday, I was called into work, and I was told that I would be I was being given the opportunity to train to be a key holder, and basically to be a key holder for the store that I'm working at, which if anybody knows anything about being a key holder and everything, you know that it's definitely not exactly being assistant manager, but it definitely is up there in the ranks. And so there was that. So I decided to go ahead. It's like, you know what, I'll give it a try. And it is a lot of work, but it is also interesting to learn about. So there's that. That's the good thing that happened this weekend. The next part is a little bit more controversial because of the choice I have to make. So the reason I was asked this and everything is because the manager that hired me is physically, mentally, and emotionally tired of having to deal with all the stress that happens with being the store manager. And with her being pregnant, I definitely sympathize with her because I've been through many stressful situations, and the stress that puts on your body mentally, emotionally, and physically. I've never been pregnant before anybody asks. I just know that stress can definitely do something. Oh, are you leaving now? Or are you getting comfortable in another place? Not just sit here. All I'm saying is that I know the effects that stress has on the body, and for her being pregnant, it definitely cannot help. Will you just find a place and sit down? But that being aside and everything, we discovered that that there is a possibility that the person who is going to be taking over for her is not going to be the assistant manager who has been training me. It is going to more than likely be someone from another store. Maybe. This is part of the decision. This is part of the decision that I have to make. Because apparently this person manages another store, and she has such a bad reputation that she loses customers at her store and they come to ours. So, and if she doesn't like you, you don't get ours. So the decision I have to make is that I can either start looking for another job now, or I can wait until I discover what kind of person this person is. They already have a bad reputation with most of the staff there at the store I'm working at. It has been made clear to me that if it is the person that they are afraid of on Saturday morning when they come in, then they will give them their keys. They will text the assistant manager. The assistant manager will come in from home and give them their keys. And if I receive the call, I can do with it what I will, but to definitely expect the worst. Considering the assistant manager has been at that place for years and everything, I definitely have a level of trust in him. So the decision is this. I can either, like I said before, I can either wait until I see what kind of person this person is going to be as a manager, or I am going to end up looking for another job. I tell you my situation because this has made me realize something, and it honestly does have something to do with a text that I got early this morning from my dad, because I texted my parents last night about the situation while we were all doing paperwork, and they apparently didn't see it until early this morning. But his advice was to wait and see what kind of person this person is going to be. And I have decided that I will give them at most 3 hours. And if their standing with me drops below a certain standard that I have in a store manager, then I will leave. I don't care if I was being trained to be a key holder. I will leave, and my job search will continue. Now, it is scary to think about. I will not doubt that. I will not deny that it is a very difficult decision for me to make, but I've learned that you can't always be crunching the numbers when it comes to a decision. It takes experience, and it does take, it sometimes takes risks, because heck, this is life. You can't go through life being safe and watching on the sidelines. Sometimes you have to take a risk. There is... Oh, are you going? Okay. My cat is gone and the door is closed. But, yeah, there is a specific quote from The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney animated movie, in which one of the gargoyles says, take it from an old spectator, life isn't a spectator sport. If watching is all you're going to do, then you're going to watch your life go by without you. And there is pause for that advice and everything, and that quote. Specifically because Vern, his name is Vern. I think his name is Vern. Maybe. I'll have to do some research after I do this video. But that character technically was right in everything, and I do believe that I will be taking this next step in my life in stride. There are also decisions that I have to make that I have. This decision will basically be the catalyst for future decisions that I have to make, like whether or not I will be going to a particular convention during the summer, to self-advertise again, and also to do flyers, to whether or not I will be moving in with a friend of mine in another town where I would have to have had looked for another job anyway. It's just that there are a lot of decisions that I have to make in basically a week's time. But I really can't make those decisions without the data that comes from what will happen this coming weekend. So I'm going to take everything in stride. I'm working 6 days this week. Yesterday was my first work day for the week. I work Monday through Friday, and that is this basically gives me the time to train through on what I'm wanting to do. So at least I can put that on my resume for when I get another job. Which will definitely help in the long run for when I do have to look for another job when I move. And as you can probably tell, I have a whole lot of packing to do. But at the same time, I cannot judge somebody by what they've told me. It will give me a general idea, and it may be a little bit biased, but I am willing to but if I'm called in on Saturday, I am going to be willing to give this person at least 3 hours to change my mind. And I will basically be what I'll be doing is that I'll basically be taking note of their character and how they act with customers, how they act when dealing with certain problems, and stuff like that. I know that a job like this can be stressful, but sometimes stress cannot be the only factor in how you act against people. So that is my decision on that. And Dad, if you're watching or listening to this and this is not the decision that you wanted me to make, well, sometimes you just have to bite the bullet. This is the decision I'm making. I'm taking it in stride. If I have to look for another job after this weekend, I will look for another job after this weekend. These two people are leaving Saturday based on this person's past behavior and everything, and they're not even going to give them a chance, then I, for one, am definitely going to take that as a sign from God that I should not be working there at that store if she's going to be there. So that is my decision. Now, I said also in the intro to this video that taking things in stride, whether it be in whether it be in life or in writing, is basically what this video is going to be about. And these decisions that I have to make also sort of pertain to writing as well. When writing, if you're a discovery writer like me, you go through your manuscripts over and over and over again. Heck, you do it when you're even a plotter like Jenna Morassi or some other authors that are plotters as well. But you go through your manuscripts over and over again, and you see what you can add and what you can take away, what details you need to flesh out and what ones you need to keep in the dark to keep a little bit of mystery. And as a discovery writer and everything, I see taking things in stride as sort of the leading march with writing, specifically because a discovery writer writes things as the story comes to them. And while that may seem rather chaotic to some people, it is just how our brains work. And with writing and everything, I'm losing my mind. How taking things in stride pertains to writing and everything is sometimes you do have to take risks while writing. You do sometimes have to write about subjects that can be particularly triggering. I actually recently just did that when when starting the next chapter of Bloodlines, and and this sort of pertains to the reason why Zyla doesn't use her mesmer ability. If you've read Seraphim Awakening, then you know that she doesn't, which is a little bit of a spoiler, but a little bit of a side note, Bloodlines is probably going to be one of the darker aspects of the story, because this is where everything comes down to basically just why things the way they are and what will happen if the heroes lose, and what happens if they don't beat the clock. It is very, very nerve-wracking to read and to write, but you do get some sweet moments in there and everything. But but for Bloodlines and everything, I should have done this with Seraphim Awakening, but I did not. I will definitely be putting in a trigger warning page, because there are some very, very dark aspects to the story that I did not anticipate. But I'm taking it in stride. With life or with writing, you have to at some point march to the beat of your own drum. You cannot have people make decisions for you. You have to take the information that you have and make decisions based off of that. And it can, in fact, be stressful. So, whether you're deciding to put a particular subject into your writing, and you know that it may not be particularly popular, or it may be triggering for your readers and everything, or if you're having to make a decision that is literally that the bridge for that decision is literally up and coming, and you cannot put the cart before the horse on that, then you just have to take things in stride. Basically, it's have a backup. It's basically have a plan, but at the same time expect for the plan to sort of go off the rails. You know, it's like that. It's that weird clip that I keep seeing on TikTok. Make the plan. I can't remember the thing, but it's like make the plan. Execute the plan. Forget the plan. frack it, let's just go. I think that's how it goes. I've not watched it in so long, but it's like so iconic. I want to say it's from the Amazon show Bad Boys, but I'm not sure. But there's that. But don't quote me on it. I don't know where that I don't know where it's from and everything. It's a very iconic quote that I see on TikTok and YouTube Shorts all the time. But that being said and everything, I think that'll be the end for this video. This was a very weird video for me to do, specifically because this was a little bit more deep and philosophical than I was anticipating. I also didn't go that far into actually writing the writing aspect of what's going to happen or about taking things in stride. I just wanted to basically leave everybody with this thing of, if it's a risk, don't be afraid to take it. And that's the philosophy I'm going to have going forward. I am not going to be afraid of any of the decisions I have to make. I know that if things do happen the way that we anticipate happening this weekend, then I will be looking for another job. But at the same time and everything, I will take it in stride. I will not be, I will not be afraid to move forward. So there's that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and sort of going through it. I hope this video was inspirational for you, to give you a push that you need to try something new, or to take a risk that you want to try but you were too afraid to. But all I ask is that you guys please be safe when making these decisions. Like I said in the beginning of the video, my books are available on Amazon. Arborea Lux dropped last year, sort of February 28th, in April, and it went live around the world April 26th. And January 3rd is when Seraphim Awakening comes out. Seraphim Bloodlines will be coming out in October, maybe around Halloween. It's going to be a little close to my birthday, but it is also going to be, it's because of how dark it is and everything. I thought, hey, why not put it in during, the closing in on the dark of the year. So there's that. If you guys are interested in being beta readers for it, for me to send chapters to and everything, let me know down in the description below. Or if you are on my readers group on Facebook or on the Discord server, let me know. And I will get you guys the first chapters and everything. Also, if you want to continue supporting the channel, not only by buying my books, please like, comment, and subscribe, and ring that bell for more notifications about these videos, because I love making these videos, and also to get you notified when a new podcast episode comes out. One thing that I'm definitely going to be doing throughout the entirety of no matter what is basically, I am going to be doing more videos. I am going to be doing podcast videos closer towards the weekend, sort of like an anime episode, and just to make sure those keep going forward. We are getting very, very close into the last episode of the Her Task is Intermediary arc. So if you've not listened to Her Task is Intermediary parts 1 through 3, you definitely need to, in order to understand what the end is going to be like. I actually have to, I'm thinking after I run errands after this video, I think I am going to finish up that script and everything, and make sure everything is kosher. And then I actually have to take a little bit of a break and go through the next arc, which is the cafe trainee. And that's not necessarily going to be filler-y, but you are going to learn a little bit about Rosalie and the kind of person that she is. And there's also going to be a new character, and this character is absolutely adorable. He is a character from Fae mythology, or Celtic, or just Fave mythology. He is a hobgoblin, and his name is Toadcap, and he is a little clumsy, but he is adorable. He is our adorable little bean, and I hopefully will be having sketches up for this soon. I'm actually planning on cosplaying as Rosalie at some point. I've just got to get a arm sleeve and actually do all the tattoos for her. But it should be simple. I've done something similar to this before, so it should definitely be simple. But yeah, that is what is going to happen. And I hope you guys enjoy what I have to offer. As I mentioned before, like, comment, and subscribe. Ring that bell for more notifications. If you want to subscribe, if you want to support this channel besides those means, please, for the love of God and all the universe, please go and check out my merch store. It's got designs for the Arborea Lux, and I will be working on designs for the Seraphim trilogy hopefully soon. But I've also got little bits in there that are just like that are just stuff that I've said on the channel, like, let's get right to it. Right as in actual writing, not right as in you have the right to do this. And I've also got yup, which is Mom's favorite quote from our Michigan migration trip. If you've not seen any of the Michigan migration trip videos, there is a playlist. You can find it on my YouTube page. And also, if you want to stay notified for more updates about my writing, life in general, or just some of the crazy things that I find on social media, then you can go down to all of the socials that I have below. I am on Facebook, I am on Twitter, I am on Instagram, and I am also on TikTok. Basically, just look for some iteration of Crow the Winged Cat, or Cat the Crow-Winged Author. It's some variation. I also, except for Instagram, Instagram is KathleenILions.writer, but that's just that. I am also trying something new. I am going to be checking out WeInk. I found it through TikTok, and I'm still doing my research on it. But basically what this is and everything is that it is a platform that is similar to Wattpad, but every book is entirely free. And also, by showing your love for these indie authors and aspiring writers and aspiring authors and everything, by liking their stories and everything, you are able to give them basically what are called beans. And basically these are credits that they will be that they will accumulate and that can actually pay the writers. So I am looking forward to trying this out and everything. I'm still doing my research about it. I did in fact actually make an account, but I am still going to do my research on it, and I will let you guys know what I come up with. If you're looking for it, there is an app, there is a website. The website I think gives you more information, and the app itself, just go to your app store, whether you're on iPhone or Android, and just look up WeInk. That is WeInk. And I hope you guys find it to be sort of inspiring for the stories that you want to write, and for helping other writers achieve their dream. But that's all I have to say for today. Thank you so much for watching again. This is Cat the Crow-Winged Author here at the Magic Library. My lap full of cat is gone, so now I can move. And I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye, guys.